Okay. So, who is the manager gonna be? Who is your first
I don't
call?
I
Who's your
don't
first
know.
call?
I didn't have a first call um, until yesterday. Honestly, I had no clue. Um, you know, you look at Ross. I think his name. He played for
David Ross.
the Braves. David Ross. He was a catcher. Just don't know much about him. Double A. Erickson or Anthopoulos has just kept it really close to his vest. Jeremiah has mentioned that the manager of the Tennessee
Sonny
Volunteers
Vitello.
has perhaps would there be some interest there. I think there's going to be a lot of interest. I think there should be a lot of interest because the Braves are good.
Mm-hmm.
They have a young team and their nucleus is locked up forever. But last night I was talking to you on the phone, Uncle B, and you mentioned a name for whatever reason that the Rangers let
Mm-hmm.
go, Bruce
Yeah.
Bochy. I don't know if they'll go that way because the Braves are so loyal to their system, which is we've talked about that. That's a great thing. But there also has to be a time where you are willing, at least willing, to look outside of your bubble and say, how do we get the best guy? And Bochy, it's clear what he's done in San Francisco, winning what, two World Series there, three, and then took the
2 years ago,
Rangers to a World Series a couple years
won it.
ago. I hope they'll at least have a conversation. So when I found that out, he very quickly became the most interesting play for me, and the way that I hope you hear Walt Weiss, some other names again within the Braves organization. But let's go get the best guy, a guy that can manage the talent, a guy that's been there, and again, a guy who can manage late game situations. I feel like that's where Snit got lit up. The last thing I'll say, Jaron, I don't want to maximize the conversation or take it all. I remember when we had like a 9-run lead on the
I
Diamondbacks,
know exact. I know. I know the game you're
and
talking about.
bit by bit, man, they just kept scoring and kept scoring, and Snit just sat there like he was paralyzed. I would have started Chris. I would have pulled Chris Sale out of the bullpen to win that game.
I would tell Strider to get out there.
Strider,
Someone get out
anything.
there.
I'd have called to the bleachers and just said, "Has anybody got an arm? Anything?"
I was
Henry
about
Rowan
to.
Gardner, come on
Yeah.
out, buddy.
Yeah.
Right? But he didn't. He just sat there and they bled that game away. And that for me, that's not going to be the endearing thing for Snicker. He did a lot of great things in Atlanta, got us a World
Mm-hmm.
Series, did a lot of wonderful things. But like most people, I think time catches you and passes you up. And nobody's undefeated. Father Time is undefeated. Um, the game is undefeated, right? The game's bigger than nobody. So for me, it's Bochy. Jerry, about you?
I don't know like managers as much as you do. I don't really research the managers too well, but I agree. Getting Poachy. Another thing Snit did, like we had a few starters. Our starters got hurt a few times. A few of their injuries were completely avoidable. Like AJ Smith Shawver, he had to get Tommy John surgery about like 3 quarters through the season. Um, I watched that game. Smith Shawver threw in like the sixth inning. He kept looking over to the bench, like shaking his arm, grabbing his arm in pain, just looking at Snit in the eyes, trying to signal Snit, get a guy in here. I'm hurting. And then about after the team, I forgot who they were playing. After that team scored a few runs and Smith Shawver kept looking over, Spencer Strider had to walk across the dugout and tell Snit, get AJ out. He's hurting. Get a guy in there. And so they pull Smith Shawver out. They get a guy out there. After the game ends, alerts come out saying Smith Shawver needs to take Tommy John surgery. I'm like, this probably could have been avoidable, or and this could have been avoidable if Snit would have put him out. But I did like what Snit did. I just hope we get a guy who's probably younger and can manage our team and continue to develop the Braves. Because the Braves, with how young they are, they can still develop and be even better of a team than they are right now. If this team can really live up to the potential, we can keep Profar. If Drake Baldwin develops, the Braves will be really good in a couple years.
And I think they can shop Murphy around because you've got your catcher of the future and see what you can get. Maybe shop Albies if you have to. Final score here: Dodgers 4, Phillies
Mm.
3. In the middle of the first, Cubs 3, Brewers 0.
Hey.
Go,
Ooh.
Cubs,
Yeah,
go.